Good afternoon, Ben.
Hello.
Hello. We are here today to talk about the 1990 something movie, The Fifth Element.
Yes.
Yes,
95?
I want to say 97. I did know it, but
97, you're right.
yeah. So yeah, we're talking about the 1997 movie, sci-fi movie, The Fifth Element, by Luc Besson, I believe.
Me.
We. What are your opening thoughts?
Well, I said last time that this was a film that I thought was okay.
Yep.
And having rewatched it, I think it is okay.
Fair enough. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's not a film I especially enjoy watching. Um, it's fine. I know it has a hardcore fan community. I know there's a lot of people who are really into The Fifth Element,
Hmm.
but I mean, apparently, I'm on the Wikipedia page. It won BAFTA
Oh yeah.
awards and Cannes Film Festival and Caesar Awards, but it was also nominated for Golden Raspberry and Stinker Bad Movie Awards. So,
There's a lot of highs and a lot of lows in this film, I would say, and averaging them out to it's okay is probably fairly reasonable
yes,
based on I quite like the throughout the film this almost sort of subtle dystopia feel that we have. I wouldn't say it goes into
I
dystopia, but I feel like it feels like we're on the verge of at times within the
yeah,
film, and I do like the world building, which we will get into.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I like the film, but I think it's not necessarily overly well paced either.
yeah. There's a chunk of it I really, well, I say really liked that I liked a lot more, and I sort of wish it had been more of an adventure type film.
Yeah,
We spent too long in one place
yeah,
at the start, really.
yeah. So anyway, shall we go through the film?
Why not?
Okay, so the movie opens with a few shots of space and a
Well,
spacecraft arriving
yeah,
at what we can assume and will later find out is Earth. Bum bum
yes,
bum. And when we are on Earth, we find out that this is 1914 Egypt.
yes.
There's an archaeologist of some sort reading some Egyptian text on a wall.
He looked really familiar.
Yeah, I recognise him, but I can't think who he is. I've got it in
Let's
front of me,
find
but
out.
yeah. Well, what do you look for that? He's reading a text on the
John
wall.
Bluthal. Oh, that's where I know him from. He was Frank Pickle in Vicar Dibley.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boring Frank. Yeah,
Huh. Um, what a small world, eh?
yeah, you
There's a
crazy.
few, to be fair, there's a few smaller names in from then in this. Um,
Yes, I
so
was very surprised to see one person in particular who popped up
was it Lee Evans?
partway through. Yeah, it was Lee Evans.
They also had the guy who played Captain Hollister in Red Dwarf play a role in this, and it's like it's the only fucking things I've seen him in are this and Red Dwarf, and that's it.
And Julie T. Lawrence pops up
Hmm.
in a. If you ever need a big woman, get her.
So so yeah, there's this archaeologist, and he's reading some Egyptian text on the wall, and it tells a sort of end of days tale, which takes place
Yeah.
every 5,000 years. And to stop it, to stop evil, you need to get the five elements together and fight evil with them. Basically,
Yes.
for five
Yeah.
elements, bum bum bum,
Earth, wind, fire, water,
and
and
Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich.
It's quite a niche thing,
Yes.
isn't it? We see a monk like figure there,
Yes.
and he.
Yeah.
Scott, go on.
Well, he's a priest, really.
Yeah, he's
It
dressed like
doesn't
a bit of a
seem.
monk, is how I think of him.
Yeah, it seems like, as we find out later, there's sort of a religious figure is given the responsibility for looking after their shit, and it doesn't seem like that's specific to any particular religion,
No,
which I
which is
suppose
weird.
makes sense because you want someone who's going to believe in almighty evil.
Well, I'd say that in its own way, it is a religion.
Yeah,
I guess it's like you wouldn't necessarily. It could be either non-denominational or specifically this denomination of elementalism or whatever the fuck you want to
You
call
could
it.
probably slot it into
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
and obviously we learned that later on that this is the position of that priest is high enough to be connected to the president.
Mm.
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So this priest figure attempts to poison the archaeologist, because he's finding
knows
something
too
he
much.
shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. He knows too much. But that gets stopped because they can't possibly just drink that water after they've discovered what they've discovered. And when the spacecraft arrives, the spacecraft.
Yes.
And it
Good
lands.
design.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Jean-Paul
Different
Gaultier
design.
did the costumes in this. I don't know how far that extends costume-wise.
There may be some design work
Yeah.
he did in general, and certainly the music is by, I noted this, and the Jean-Paul Gaultier thing, Eric Serra, who did the music for first half of GoldenEye and was then fired because it sounded like a Tetris game.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Like,
Yeah.
So-
But no, yeah, these aliens arrive, and like you say, they look pretty gnarly, don't they?
yeah,
I actually like most of the alien looks that we get. We don't get many, but I think they're all quite distinct and quite alien,
yeah,
I assume that part of the suits are for environmental protection as well, because they're quite bulky suits, aren't they, that these
yeah.
aliens appear to be wearing.
It's sort of yeah. You could have just had them show up and be just like. There's clearly some thought and intricacy gone into the design. They
Yeah.
look different.
Yeah, it's almost like Geiger in that sense.
Yeah.
There's not the same style, but the same level of detail. For anyone who isn't aware, Geiger being the artist associated with the Alien franchise,
Yeah,
the
it's a
Xenomorph
horny
looking
man.
But yeah, so these aliens arrive. They end up speaking to the priest. They praise him. They're like, you've done a good job. Thanks. We'll take it from here. Basically, is how I read it. And they go.
Yes.
One of them uses a key that's in a finger to sort of unlock a door,
Yeah.
and they're going to take the stones because they're no longer safe on Earth.
Yes, there's war is coming. We're going to get. We know it to be the First World War. We're going to get them out of here and keep them safe.
Yeah, and we'll
So
come
they-
back. He questions, well, what happens when evil comes in 300 years? It's like, well, in 300 years, when evil comes, so will we.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. The archaeologist at this point has been knocked out, and his American assistant does the American thing and pulls out a gun.
Yes.
Bloody
It's the only
Yanks.
thing they know how to do.
Yeah, freaks out a bit. He shoots. It somehow starts the door closing,
Yeah.
and one of the aliens gets stuck in the room.
It's
But
too
he's-
slow to get out.
And it's too bulky anyway as well. If it was a bit less bulky, you might have been able to slip through. But no, his key gets stuck just outside the door. His hand gets crushed by it. And then this priest is tasked with and agrees to pass on the knowledge until they return.
Yes.
This is his job to make sure that everything is ready for these aliens to come back in 300 years.
Yeah.
And then we turn 300 years later.
Yes.
Time skip. We've got a spacecraft here, haven't we?
Which looks not unlike a Star Destroyer.
I liken my note is the spacecraft looks and feels a lot like a Star Destroyer / submarine.
Yeah.
They are the two sort of mergings that I think of. The rear end especially looks a lot like a Star Destroyer with the engines and all that. And you know what? Fair enough, really. It's sort of it sort of works as a design. It might be a bit samey, but they're checking out some sort of space anomaly, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a big ball of evil.
Yeah, and it sort of lines up with what we've been told about that prophecy future thing that's
Yes.
going to happen.
They're in communication with the president of the Federation,
Yep.
and they're going to shoot it.
Yeah.
And Ian Holm is there, who is the new priest, along with some other religious figures, it seems, who are on some sort of council.
Yeah.
And he says, "Don't, because this thing feeds off evil and destruction, and you're just going to make things worse."
Yeah. Something like evil begets evil,
Yes. And what do
Yeah.
you know? They shoot it and it gets bigger.
There's this bit
So
when they're talking about shooting it. It's like the guy who's going to is in command of a ship. It's like my policy is to shoot first and ask questions later. The president then looks to three different military-looking advisors who all just nod at him, and it's like bloody Americans, you know.
yes,
Although to be fair, I think the original general guy
British.
was British, so you know, fair on.
He said the president also says, "I have doubts," to which
Yeah,
the captain replies, "I don't."
yeah,
So he shoots it, and it doesn't work.
yeah.
So he
It gets
shoots it
bigger.
again. He shoots it again,
Mm.
and that doesn't work. And now it's coming towards them,
Oh,
and there's a lot of panic on that bridge.
yeah.
Nobody knows what to do,
Hmm.
and he asks if they've got anything more powerful. They don't,
No.
and presumably they are killed.
Yeah, that's the assumption that I take from that. He's sort of frozen on the spot, isn't he? It's like
Yeah,
and it's a sort of weird camera angle. There's a lot of camera angles in this that are very individual in the centre of the screen, whilst stuff is sort of flanking them. I feel I noticed it. I didn't notice it whilst I was watching it, but I did notice it whilst I was getting the pictures ready. There's a lot of that. But yeah, we cut to Bruce Willis, who is sweaty in bed. All you lucky
yes,
ladies out there that want to see a topless Bruce Willis, now's your chance.
yeah. Get them girls or whatever.
Yeah, and this I feel is where the movie feels the most futuristic. This section of the film.
It's yes. It's I never liked this sort of dystopia. I don't find it particularly interesting to look at.
No,
Visually, it doesn't do anything for me,
there's a lot
which
of
is
world building
one of the
here.
issues I have. Yeah,
Yeah, well, when you take into account the fact that the quit smoking machine, which is like a machine that is like a quarter cigarette rather than a
massive filters.
massive filters, barely any cigarette, because it's helping him cut. And the idea of a retracting bed, that it looks like he uses a bed and then it is immediately replaced with a new bed. Right
Yeah,
now, we find out later that it's being washed. It's an auto wash
yeah,
cycle, so he's probably only got two and they cycle through. But like this is a sort of like I say, it sort of develops the technological progress that has been made in the time between what we would consider now and then. And so something about that works for me. You know, we
it's
later on we have the
realistic.
sorry, go on.
It's realistic enough that you can buy that. Given time, we would end up just doing shit like this.
Yeah, and of course this being a New
Seems
York apartment, it's all very space saving, isn't it? You know.
it seems like the natural evolution of technology.
Yeah, and there's we find out he's got his like gun rack thing that drops down from the ceiling, and you've got your freezer, your fridge freezer underneath your shower, and your cycle them up and down and shit like that. It's,
Yeah,
it's just it's a compact home in the way that, given again New York, as is the case here, is exactly how I would imagine they would probably do that kind of shit. Is it would use as little space as possible, because that's what they're like. But yeah, so I like it personally. Uh,
yeah, yeah. As I say, it doesn't really.
we find out that he is a major. He's an ex-military major. He's single and he drives a taxi.
Mm.
Yes, a little bit of character information. And he goes to leave and he gets held up, doesn't he?
Yes,
Yes.
because he lives in a bad neighborhood. He opens the door and someone's pointing a gun at him,
Yeah.
and this sort of weird junkie type chap, and Bruce Willis's character basically says, "That's a really dangerous gun. Good thing you haven't armed it,
Hmm.
because you push that button there." So he pushes the button, and then Bruce Willis just takes it off him.
Yeah. His hat that he's wearing, which is like how the apartment block looks outside his peephole,
Yeah,
is just a silly little touch that I don't know, just
yeah,
sort of works for me. But yeah, he we get a cut back to Ian Holm telling the president that they've got 48 hours to stop the evil ball, and they need the five elements. But that's fine because the aliens are going to come and sort it out.
yeah. They're on their way.
Yeah, and they do. They turn up. They even request permission to enter space because
They're the good guys.
yeah, they're the
Maybe.
good guys, and then immediately get shot down by pirates.
Yes.
Yes.
Not very well defended, that ship that carries the only hope of the universe.
Yeah, all things considered. I can't remember what the species of the alien are, the bad guys here, but
Uh,
it starts with an M.
Mangalores,
Mangalores. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Um,
Mondoshawan, and Mangalores.
they their ships are very fighter plane. I thought with the pop up
Mm.
targeting thing, and You know, it's just the way that dogfights have inspired space fights. It's how it works, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they crash. We find out that they're working for. They make a contact with a businessman
Yes.
who we will come to learn is played by Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't really tell.
No, you only see him from behind for a bit.
Yeah.
And
And he seemed quite pleased that they did what they did.
yeah.
Yeah. There was only one survivor from the crash, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, bits of a survivor.
Yeah, it's like a hand, isn't it?
I didn't understand any of this
No.
because they find a hand and then they make it Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. They I don't know. They saw some DNA there that they reconstructed to create the supposedly perfect being, and it turns out to be Mila Jovovich in the nude at first.
Yeah, there's lots of scenes of them saying, "Yeah, she really is perfect."
Yeah. I don't know what
And
Luke
that's a
Besson's got
bit-
going on with Mila, but
Yeah, I don't really.
it's a bit much, isn't it? It's a bit gratuitous.
Yeah.
But yeah, the general makes a point, doesn't he, of saying, asking about taking pictures for the records. You know,
Yes. It's
yeah,
a bit.
pervert. And then yeah, she gets covered up and ends up getting. I treat it like a defib, based on the sound that gets made. It shocks her to life. She freaks out.
I assumed they took the photo. That was the photo.
Okay, I thought of
That's
it as
how
a
I've always
defib
seen it.
personally, but
They
Yeah.
took. Yeah, you
Either
could well
way.
be right. But I assumed they took the photo. The flash woke her up and she freaked out.
yeah. Either way, she freaks out. She can't speak English. The pervy general taunts her a little bit. It's like, well, if you want to get out, you're going to have to work on those communication skills.
Yeah.
And then he,
After checking, she can't break through the glass.
Yes,
And then
after-
she breaks through the glass.
yeah, steals his pass and she makes a break for it.
Yeah.
She has herself a sort of fugitive moment, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Where she's at like a pipe, and like, you need to come back, and she just like, nope, fuck that. It's not quite a fugitive, but it came to mind whilst I was watching it. And she ends up diving off from this really high up point in the middle of New York, and landing in Bruce Willis's cab.
Big bada boom.
Big bada boom. Because I don't understand an awful lot, do I, between them?
Well, her language. It's meant to be like the perfect language
Yeah.
from before time.
Hmm.
And it refers to her, and she uses the phrase bada boom.
So it's Gungan.
Yes. Oh, God.
And turns out the divine
Well,
language
she
is
re-
Gungan.
Yeah, she delivers it really well.
Yeah, yeah,
All this gibberish.
yeah. It does. It works out quite well for her.
She's great in this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
There's a few. The police are after her because she's escaped. As far as they're concerned, she's an escaped prisoner. Or some sort of bother. And they chase after, or they want Bruce Willis to give her up because she's in the back of his cab, and he's not done anything wrong, but they need to take her away.
Yeah.
And again, little details here, like the cars have the little tether point, so they can hook onto, because they're fucking high up, and that is a very sensible, very very world building. This is a thing for someone. You can just know that this wasn't a thing, and then there was a spate of incidents, and it was legislated that it had to happen. Right? You can just you don't have to know that it happened to know that it happened, right?
Yeah.
And something about that works for me. It's just for subtle things. But yeah, she ends up pleading for help as like a please help poster, and she uses that to learn how to say please help.
Yes, she's clever enough to interpret context,
Yeah,
I guess.
and he ends up helping her, and they make a break for it. At which point we see that you get called in that they need to chase this cab, and there's a pair of cops at McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's is still a thing.
Yeah, because society never really changes.
It's the only company, real world company that's like in there.
Yeah, it's the only one I remember seeing.
Yeah.
So, but the old cop, the one who's too tired and he'll sort it after his lunch or whatever, he's the guy who played Captain Hollister in Red Dwarf. Him. But yeah, there's some sort of collision and his drink goes everywhere. It covers him, doesn't it? And then he's like, "Yeah, fine, we'll chase this." And And there's a big old police chase with guns
Yeah,
and shooting and speedy manoeuvres, and his taxi's a bit fucked, isn't it?
it is. It just gets pretty battered, and he goes down in sort of the foggy undercity and hides.
Yeah, he calls it the fog, and I mean
Mm.
that reminded me an awful lot of the New Earth stuff in
Yeah,
Doctor Who.
gridlock.
Yeah, that's like I mean it's pollution, isn't it? It's what we do to the world, and it's already bad now, and it's going to get much worse by then. You know,
Yes.
just the way it is. Um, she, whilst they're hiding, she implores him to go to a priest, Vito Cornelius,
Mm.
and he does. He finds Ian Holm, who is Cornelius. Her tattoo gets checked out. Turns out it's the symbol of the four elements.
Yes.
Yes. So Ian Holm
Con-
faints and then fanboys for a bit.
Yes. He's very surprised to find out it's not a he, it's a she.
It's a she, a perfect she.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I keep making this point.
Yeah.
He fucks off to get changed, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
At which point Bruce Willis attempts to wake her up with a kiss.
Yes.
Yes.
He's known her 10 minutes and he's already sexually assaulting her.
Yes. So she pulls his gun on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he immediately apologizes and means it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done
I
that.
guess
Sorry.
he couldn't resist the urge to kiss this beautiful unconscious woman.
She says something. I can't remember what the words are, but he makes a note of it enough to ask Cornelius what it means, and it is revealed that it means never without my permission.
Yes.
Which is, consent is important, people.
Yeah.
And but it struck me that he took the effort to know what those words, to find out what those words meant. Now I'm not saying he did a good thing, he did a bad thing,
Yeah.
but he is genuinely regretful that he did it.
Yeah.
It's yeah, doesn't excuse it, but but yeah, we see her. We find out that her name is Lilu. Right?
Yes.
Lilu. It's a long name, but he shortens it to Lilu. And his name is Corbin Dallas as well before, because we haven't just talked about that. But
Yes.
and
Which is such a name, Corbin Dallas.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
She ends up learning a load of stuff. She's on the computer of some sort, and she's just reading all the information, working through the dictionary, and eating a lot of food, like proper food. Looked like she was having ribs, and then she got chicken.
Yeah, she's stocking up. She hasn't eaten in a while.
Yeah, ever potentially.
So, is this the person who was in that sarcophagus in the temple at the beginning?
Potentially,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. We have a bit of back and forth here as they find out that the stones were stolen, but we it's also to Gary Oldman, who is finding out that he hasn't actually got the stones because the stones
They do.
weren't, you know.
Yeah. They do this a couple of times in this film where you have two conversations that are going on simultaneously, and what's being said in one conversation is edited to be a reaction to the other.
Yeah, I mean, I like it personally as a filmmaking technique.
I do too.
Yeah, okay. Because while she's having this conversation, he's doing an arms deal
Yes.
with some of these aliens, Mangalores or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Who stole. He's like he does a sales pitch on his gun. It's got all these fucking weapons attached to it: a flamethrower and a fucking ice thrower and a net and all these bullets. That you only have to hit once, and then all the other bullets will go straight towards where the first one hit, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Pretty good in the grand scheme of things.
That bullet tracker thing is kind of pointless.
Yeah, it doesn't come up at all, does it?
Well, not even that. Even if you did use it, you'd have to hit the thing once to hit it at all.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to shoot somebody and the first bullet misses, the others are going to go to
I have to assume that it has a sort of
toggle on and off.
yeah, like it can sense maybe a pulse or something.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It's not clear. I assume that there is a failsafe built in. No, it can't be a pulse, can it? Because he fires a mannequin.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
you shoot one thing normally, and then the other bullets you can toggle them so it'll hit that. But
Yeah,
if you shot it once, there's a good chance you've already killed it or done the damage. And
potentially.
if
Yeah,
you've missed, it's pointless.
yeah. Um. So yeah, you're right. It could be a particularly worthless gun, but these aren't
Yeah.
necessarily the smartest aliens in the shop.
Yes. They're
Uh,
pretty dumb.
yes, and we know this because once he finds out that he negotiates with them a little bit by saying, you don't get any of these fucking guns because you didn't bring me the stones. And they're like, no, we asked, you told us to bring you the case, and we brought you the case.
Mm.
You didn't say anything about the fucking stones in there. What do he look like?
Yeah.
So he settles on giving them one of the 4 lots of guns.
Yes.
And then he goes outside for a smoke and makes this point that, he prefers doing business with someone else because they would have asked what the big red button on the bottom does,
Yes.
which we find out is an explosive because it blows up.
Well, we come back to them and they're playing about with the guns and
Yeah.
they're like firing nets at each other, and it's like,
Yeah. I mean, I'm amused by it personally because it's. Yeah. But yeah, the guns are on. Sorry, the stones are on another planet.
Mm.
They're with someone on. I can't remember where it is now.
they're going to meet at a hotel,
Yeah.
and there's going to be exchange. Lilu isn't worried, and now neither is Ian Holm.
No. So that's good. But he ends up going to see Zorg, who is Gary Oldman, who is this art collector style person, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And they talk about their differing philosophies.
Which didn't make an awful lot of sense to me. Because Ian Holm is in favour of life.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Then Gary Oldman starts talking. He smashes his glass on the floor, and a load of robots come out and sweep it up and polish and sort everything.
Yep.
And he talks about how the people who made those robots will now be able to feed their children, and the cycle will continue.
Which is not entirely wrong.
No, but this thing is going to destroy everything.
Well, you know.
And I don't really understand. I don't know what he's on about. It's not even like this world needs to be destroyed because it's corrupt and weak and blah 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 blah, or even like we'll make way for something better. And he's doing it for money.
Yeah, presumably.
It doesn't. I don't understand what his motivation is.
No, I don't necessarily think that he's doing it entirely of his own free will. We have that bit later on where he has that phone call with someone that we are referred to as Mr. Shadow, which we are led to believe is the evil sphere. Yeah. And it seemingly makes his head bleed. So I'm not convinced it's entirely of his own free will.
I don't know. That seems like the sort of thing he began that relationship and is sort of out of his depth.
Possibly, very possibly.
But it's I don't know. It's just I don't understand what he's getting from this.
No, I suppose not. We find out he's got his corporation, the Zorg Corporation, is fucking massive. He already has all the money he could possibly need, right?
Yeah.
Because there's this bit about how the economy is heating up. So why don't maybe we should fire 500,000 people to, cool things down a bit. It's like, no, we'll fire 1 million. No one's going to notice. It's going to be fine. He is already a major player on the, I would say, intergalactic stage.
Yes.
But like you say, potentially doing this for greed, wealth purposes, and that's probably in keeping with how we view people of that stature.
Yes.
Jeff Bezos would probably sell us all out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think if you've got a villain who wants to destroy everything, including himself,
well, I don't know.
There's got to be some better motivation than whatever the fuck he's on about there.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
So, yeah. But he's in the middle of this whole speech and being very intimidating, and helps himself to a cherry, and he starts coughing.
Yeah.
He's choking on the cherry.
He does.
And he's frantically hitting buttons, and all sorts of shit's happening, like some playing cards shoot out of his desk, and there's a little elephant thing. It's like a desk animal toy thing, and all this stuff's going on, and there's no robot to hit him on the back.
No, and Ian Holm makes this point, doesn't he? He starts casually walking around. It's like, well, you have all these things, but right now, It could just
Yeah.
end if I do nothing. It's all over. And Ben saves his life.
Which sort of only that scene sort of doesn't really carry any like symbolic weight for
No,
me
I
in illustrating any sort of point. It's literally just so he doesn't shoot Ian home and lets him leave, even
I
though
I think it's so that
I
we
don't
can
know.
see that Ian Holm has more going on to him than just he is so dedicated to life that he won't let someone die to preserve it. Perhaps
I don't know.
it's a filler
That might
scene. We don't need any of his scene, right? It's not
that
necessary at all.
I don't know. That might be the case if he like hesitated, but because the guy's evil, and then did it anyway because it's the right thing to do. But he's like trying to make it sound. It almost sounds like we're meant to. There's meant to be like a point that we take away from this. I don't know whether there is.
No, maybe not. Um, we find out that they need the president's like, yeah, we need to get these stones,
Hmm.
and there needs to be this discreet operation. So they're going to get the best person
Yes.
they can think of. And would you believe it? It's Corbyn.
Yes. What a coincidence.
So he's at home eating Chinese food, and I like this guy. I like the chef. I like the whole skiff thing that he's got for cooking, and I don't
He
know.
can't make an awful lot of money from that.
No, because he spends an awful lot of time.
He's serving one person at a time.
Maybe this is a regular that he has a,
Oh,
this
maybe I don't
potentially.
know.
Either way, he But yeah, but I like the design of it. I like the idea of it. I think it works quite nicely. But it's not. You're right. It's probably not a money making thing. But yeah, he finds out that he's fired from the taxi company, one of the million people laid off.
Yeah.
And then the general, like the pervy general, and his pals turn up because
Yes.
it turns out they know each other and they want him to
One
get.
of whom
Go on.
is Judy T. Lawrence, on the woman with the Princess Leia buns, I guess.
Yeah, and they want him to go and get the stones. He's resistant to the idea of it, but they make a point
Yeah.
of the fact that he's oh my god, he's won a trip to the place. They rigged the competition so that he could get 2 tickets to go to the place that he needs to go to.
What's it called? There's like a pun in there.
Flotsam something or other.
Hang on. Bileston?
Yeah, something like that.
Blowston? Okay.
Yeah, it's whatever it is. It's a
Yeah.
he wins 2 tickets on the radio contest and to go there, and there's a bit with his mum getting all arsy with him because she should have won those tickets, or she's one of those overbearing mothers that's very
Yes,
unhappy with
clearly.
everything.
Played by someone much younger.
Yeah, evidently.
Here's a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
He wins 2 tickets.
Yeah,
Why are they sending him alone? Why aren't they
They're
sending
not.
him with...
they're going to send him with what's her face, Julie T. Lawrence.
Oh, are they? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they
cool.
they make a point of saying to him that you and your wife,
Yeah.
and he's like no, and the general's like, why? What's wrong with her? Or something like that.
Yeah, poor Judy T. Lawrence. Leave her alone.
Well, she's not the archetypal, I don't. It's played as a laugh, right? And it is hurtful, but that's why they do it. It's
Is it Judy T. Lawrence? Hang on.
I don't know. You've been saying it is.
Hang on. Let me check.
Okay.
Uh, Judy T. Wallace.
Wallace. Okay.
Yes. She's known for playing big women.
But yeah, so they're trying to talk him into it. He's opposing the idea. Lilu turns up at the door because
Yes.
she took a business card from him,
Yes.
and he ends up hiding the military in the fridge, which is under a shower.
Yes.
So he stuffs them all in the fridge, and then lowers it to the ground. Shower pops out. But when he opens the door, it's not just Lilu; it's also Ian Holm.
Yes.
And because his winning has been announced on the radio so much for like the last hour, Ian Holm
fucking
wants to
knows?
take his tickets. Doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So
And,
he. I was
does so. Well,
there's a sort of
Shove him in bed.
interaction. Yeah, he shoves him in the bed because
Yeah.
he puts Lilo in the shower, puts him in the bed, stuffs it away, and the police turn up.
Yes.
That's why. So the police turn up looking for him under Zorg's presumable instructions because he's got some sort of authority there. And one of his neighbours kicks up a fuss, and they take him thinking he's Corbin because of a business card or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. He sets him up, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then the pirates take out the police and take the guy that they did get because they want to piss off Zorg by stealing the stones for themselves.
Yes.
Yes. So what you have here, and I made a point of this, is you've got Leeloo and Ian Holm want to get the stones so they can save the world. The government want Corbin to get the stones so he can save the world. Zorg wants his henchmen to get the stones so that they can end the world, and the aliens want the stones so they can piss off Zorg.
Yes.
So for four different,
which I like that setup, like a bunch of different factions trying to get it for their own means and ends.
And the only one who knows that anyone else is involved in this really is Corbin, who knows about the first two. He knows Leeloo and Ian Holm want it, and he knows the government want it.
Do you know he never meets Zorg?
Yeah, there's this one point they could is the elevators near the end, isn't it?
Yeah, he never meets him.
Yeah, the only one of the main characters who does is Ian Holm. In that scene that we both think doesn't necessarily need to exist.
It's almost like Zorg isn't a particularly interesting villain, played pretty well by Gary Oldman.
Yeah, there's something about him, but it isn't essential, is it?
Yeah,
you know. But no, he ends up getting the pair of them out of the shower and the bed because she's soaking wet because of the auto wash. What's that? One sec. Yeah, she's soaking wet because of the auto wash, and he is basically suffocating because he's been wrapped inside the thingy in the bed because it like we said before, it replaces it with a new one and then cleans it and cycles through that way. So he's basically suffocating in there.
Yes.
Whoops.
Which is nice.
They clunk him on the head.
Yeah.
And nick the tickets. He does like the cross thing, doesn't he? It's like to apologise for doing it.
Much like the guy in the priest in the opening.
Yeah.
Who asks God to forgive him on account of the fact that
he's about to poison.
He has to.
Yeah. Then they make a break for it with the tickets, and Corbin goes. He basically agrees to the military to do the job, as far as I can tell, but they're frozen in the fridge.
Yeah. Not dead, weirdly enough.
No, you'd think they would.
Even though they look dead.
Yeah, they look proper fucked, don't they? But yeah, so there's this check-in at the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to carry on?
And yes, so they go into the check-in desk, and Ian Holm is too old, so he's sending his assistant.
Yep. David or something.
Pretend to be Corbin, and he's shitting himself, and he goes to the front desk and is stumbling over his words, and the check-in lady doesn't really seem to care.
No, she doesn't give a fuck.
Get him signed in, and then the real Corbin shows up and immediately takes over and is like, "Oh, thanks for checking in for me. I'll take it from here."
Yeah.
And sends him on his way. And David, let's call him, does.
Mm.
And so Corbin and Leeloo are now on the ship.
Yep.
Ian Holm is drinking.
Sorry, go on.
Ian Holm is drinking at a bar.
Gets a bit tipsy quite quickly.
Yes.
They're talking to a robot bartender, isn't he? Something about how human everything is. And he's just,
yes.
Do you understand what I mean? And the bartender just shakes his head.
No. Yes.
like I'm a robot. What the fucking...
And then David shows up, having failed.
Yes.
So the new plan is David's going to go and set things up at the site in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And Ian Holm is going to go on the ship and get back control of this whole situation.
Yeah, fair enough. It was his mission. He shouldn't have passed it on. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Corbin ends up getting sidetracked slightly because he has to meet Ruby Rhod.
God, we all have to meet Ruby Rhod. Jesus Christ.
As played by Chris Tucker, who is effectively this incredibly obnoxious social media personality. He's a radio presenter, isn't he, really? But it feels a bit more influencer based on modern day standards, I would say.
I know he's supposed to be annoying.
Yes, very much so.
But...
Well, I mean, arguably very, very well played. If that does it, if you are annoyed as you should be, that is
Yeah,
very well done. I'm sorry,
he's
but
he's too annoying. He's in too much of the film.
yeah,
He screams a lot. You sort of need a moment where he shuts up, or
yeah.
he's shut up permanently.
Hmm.
Um, I don't. Yeah, Jesus, I don't like him.
But you're not meant to.
So what?
No, I just say you're not meant to like him.
There's a difference, I think, between having a character you're not meant. Annoying is like the worst thing a character can be.
Hmm.
Is it worse than a boring character? Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, actually, much worse.
Annoying is
I
worse than
think.
boring. Okay.
Yeah, I think you could have toned it down.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
Jesus, it's.
Well, I know who your least favourite performance is.
But, well, you might.
I might. Um, anyway. So he has this, and Corbyn isn't interested in any of this. There's this whole thing about how he basically only said one or two words at any point
Mm.
during the times when he's meant to speak, and it's an issue for Ruby. But anyway, they go to get on a plane. The radio star ends up sleeping with a stewardess. Completely, I didn't
Well,
know
hang
any of
on.
that.
You've skipped a bit.
Well, yeah, fair point.
We have the two alien goons in disguise trying to get on board, and they can't
Hmm.
because obviously the real Corbyn's already on there. So there's a shootout, I think, or something.
Yeah, they pull guns out and the police turn up.
Yeah.
And
Then we have Zorbo, Zorgi. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Yeah, he has a goon who tries to get on board. Again, is turned away because the real Corbyn's already on there. Phones his boss to try and explain, and Zorg blows up the phone booth.
Yes, it's a symbol of how much power he's got.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fucking power. Um, yeah, so yeah, other people try to get on board, they can't.
Yeah,
Um, they go to leave. We have this bit where Ian Holm tries to hide out in the landing gear.
yeah,
Um, there's just sleeping with the stewardess, which is something I don't remember happening originally.
I
It's
do.
it's synced. Well, I mean, I don't. It's synced up with them taking off, isn't it? And all
Yeah,
sorts of. It's I don't know. It's played weird for me.
mm,
I'm all for people having a shag in a film, but it doesn't work for me the way they present it. I don't know. It just feels weird. Um,
yeah,
but then they fly off, and there's this whole thing about sleep regulators and all that kind of crap because they go to traveling incredibly fast speeds,
yeah,
and time dilation and all that kind of shit. I suppose it's complicated. This has me wondering what horrors Ian Holm has experienced during this
yeah.
flight.
He, yes, it can't have been comfortable for him, and
No,
it's probably a long old flight because they put everybody in sort of stasis.
yeah,
They knock them out.
there's only a
All
couple of
past,
days in real time, but
yeah,
in flight time, who knows how long it actually is for them
yeah.
experiencing it. And like I say, if he's not asleep in one of their regulator thingies, who knows what he's gone through.
God only knows.
There's this. I hate to. There's this Rick and Morty episode. I don't know if you remember it,
Mm,
but there's some sort of time faster than light travel thing go on, and a machine that stops it being all fucking mental breaks, and so everyone's consciousness gets sort of merged briefly for a period of time whilst they're in flight, and
yeah,
I think it's like a season 3 or 4 thing, and it's this
right.
fucking weird experience that they all go through, and I don't know. Obviously, it made me think about.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, so they're on the ship and they get shown to their room and it's very nice and we get a woman who's like the stewardess because he's won this competition and they're treating him nice and she's a shit actress but hey ho.
Hmm.
And
It's a Hawaii/cruise ship.
it is
Yeah,
it feels like a cruise ship.
yeah. I think it's
And
the visual of it is very cruise ship. The
yeah,
people, the people welcoming them is very Hawaii. Um, yeah.
yeah. So they want to know, well, Corbyn's asking when the singer is on, because that's the contact. And Lilu has gone to find her, and she's signing in, and Lee Mack is there by her door.
Lee
Mack,
Evans.
and he's very nervous and doing his Lee Evans thing. And I was very surprised to see him.
Yeah.
But he shows them in, and the singer's very, very tall. And then one of her entourage meets with Lilu and says, "You'll get the stones after the performance. Wait here."
Do you think, based on what we find out, that the only reason she can sing the way she can is because she's got those stones in her?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
It's actually kind of a funny moment for me coming up with the whole stone thing, but we'll get to it.
Okay.
Yes. So they go and sit. Well, Lilu's hanging about, and Corbin goes to see the performance, and Ruby Rod points out a number of celebrities and is obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
And then the diva begins her performance, and as she's singing, we see several things going on. Zog is on his way because he's resolved to take care of this himself because everybody else has fucked it.
Yep.
The Morgo Nords, or whatever they're called,
Mangalores, I think.
whatever. Yeah, they're on the ship and they go and shoot up the diva's entourage and are searching her rooms for the stones and find a case which looks promising. Don't open it, but it looks promising. Lilu then goes in and beats the shit out of all of them.
Yep.
Because she's perfect.
Yeah, and fucking good at fighting. She saw a kung fu thing earlier in the film.
Well, yeah, we
have a Matrix moment.
Yeah, she's learned all that stuff. I know kung fu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian Holm is there as well. He's popped out of the overhead compartment.
Yeah.
And is in a little room being interrogated. Because how the fuck did he get on board?
Yep.
And as a result of all the guys being beaten up by Lilu, the Mangalores decide to shoot up the rest of the ship.
Yeah, we're going to try and take it over. Because they're sort of terrorist freedom fighter style people, aren't they? They've got some sort of beef.
Yeah.
It gets mentioned, but we...
persecuted ethnic group.
Yeah, and, they're trying to... I suppose, Oh, no, doesn't matter. Carry on.
Yeah, so there's a shootout in the theatre and our diva lady is shot.
Yeah, after giving a performance, like a proper... I don't know what you make. I think it's a bit hoity-toity myself. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't like it.
But there's this moment where Bruce Willis it's the very I get it now sort of moment that we get in It's Always Sunny. I don't know if you've seen it. With Danny DeVito sort of crying because he's fucking realised that, oh my god, I get it. It's oh my god, yeah. He has this moment. He wasn't invested in any of what was going on here, but there's this like, oh my god, I really liked this sort of moment from him. You know, he leads the standing ovation from the front. You know, he's invested all of a sudden.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets shot.
Yeah, which sucks, and everybody's panicking, and he crawls over to her. And it's like asking, "Where are the stones?" And she says, "They're inside me." And watching it, I know I've seen it before, but watching it, it's sort of like, it's like a symbolic metaphor thing. And he's like, "Oh, I understand. And then he starts digging through her guts.
Yeah.
And they are in there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I thought this was going to be like the stones they're not stones anymore. I am the stones or something. But no, she's just got them in her tummy.
Yeah, hiding away. Hence why I asked if maybe they might be why she can sing as well as she can. But
yeah,
because you're carrying that sort of weight around inside you, it's going to do something, isn't it? Yeah. There was a bomb planted.
Yes. By Zorg.
It's a 20-minute timer.
Yeah.
I noted the timestamp here.
Yeah, don't do that again. That's one of your pet peeves.
It is. I noted the timestamp.
Yes.
I don't think I made a point of when the bomb actually goes off, but it was not consistent with the 20 minutes.
Well, no, is it ever?
I had hope.
In the future, 20 minutes means something different, Jordan. You're not counting for time inflation.
No, I'm not. At any point, it had travelled 10 minutes and about 8. And then in 12 minutes it had done 15. No, in 10 minutes it had done 15, sorry. So it's not there's probably an appropriate exchange rate on there, but I don't know. I did make note of it because, as you know, it is a pet peeve of mine. You don't have to put timers on these things. You know,
No.
you could make them quite accurate.
Yeah. Well,
You could do it. It's always
he
like
does
doing.
meet Lilu, so that's the second of our
Oh yeah, he
heroes who have
does.
met the
Yeah,
villain, and he shoots up the room, and she's hiding in the roof space, the
yeah,
vents, and he scares the shit out of her, and then takes a case and buggers off.
yeah,
And we get a fight scene with Bruce Willis, Corbin. He's shooting up a load of people. Ruby Rod shoots someone in the head.
yeah. He goes all action hero for. At last, Corbin does the action. Bruce Willis does his action hero thing that he's famous for.
Yeah, and
He's been moonlighting as a taxi driver all this time.
was that a moonlighting reference?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and yeah, he ends up going to the main sort of control room where
I
the
call it a
boss
foyer.
is. Well, the where Ian Holm is held
yeah,
hostage,
sorry, yeah.
and he uses military training. He knows how many are in there. Takes out a few of them.
Yeah,
The leader wants to negotiate, so in he goes and shoots him in the head.
yeah. And they question
And
where he learned to negotiate.
yes,
Yes, where? I wonder
yes,
where.
yes, where? Yeah, and the others back down because the leader's dead and they can't function without a leader.
Yeah. They go to find
So the day is saved.
Lilu, and they see that the Divas room has been site of a fight, been shot up a
Yes.
bit. So they go there to try and find her, and they see the bomb, which has 5 minutes left on it. And they're like, "Oh no, it can't
Yes.
be a bomb because if there was, then there'd be an alarm for that. There's bomb sensors all over." And then the alarm goes off because, of course, it
Yes.
fucking does.
And Ruby Rod asks if he can if Corbin can disarm it,
Yeah,
and he can't. He can't disarm it, so they've got to get out of there. Meanwhile, Zorg's on his way back because he's
Yeah.
opened up the case, and turns out they're not in there.
yep.
Well, shit.
Oh fuck.
Back he goes.
And this is where we get the bit, isn't there, with or they almost meet
Yeah,
because
they're going into an elevator. He's coming out of one.
yeah, just as they go in, he comes out. So they never actually meet. It's just
Yeah.
if one of them had been a few seconds, well, if his had been a few seconds faster or theirs had been a few seconds slower, could have happened. Didn't. But they nick his ship
Yes.
because it's parked there, and it's like, yeah, we need to get the fuck out of it. Everyone else is gone, and he goes to disarm the bomb, and he does. It's very fiddly by the look of it. He has like this timestamp thing that he has to, like a computer chip that he slides into the top to disarm it, and it's very very cautious
really
about it.
nervous. Yeah.
You know. And then he breathes a sigh of relief, and then an alien presses a button on something, and it opens up a box that has another bomb with a 5 second timer on it, and he gets blown up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's him dead.
that's him dead. And so Corbin and co. end up taking his ship and flying on their way to the temple from the start, with now the 5 elements, as far as they're concerned.
Yes, they've got everybody they need.
They realise that the
Off they go.
evil sphere is on its way to Earth, and they've got 2 hours, an hour 57, and they're like, "Well, what are you
I'll
going
call
to
you
do?"
in 2 hours.
Yeah. And Lilu decides to do some more research at this point. Starts learning
Yes.
about war.
Well, I had questions about this.
Yeah.
How? Well, it occurred to me she couldn't have gotten as far as she did if the next letter was W, without running into all sorts of things like Holocaust
Or
and
genocide,
whatnot.
or
Yes,
yes.
but if she'd only gone a bit through, I mean, how far did she get?
I don't know.
Did she get to martial arts? Even if she was part way through A, you know,
Atrocity.
assault.
Yeah.
You know,
Adultery.
Yeah, adultery.
Yeah.
Anal. She's not paying attention.
Some people like anal.
Okay, not everybody.
No, I'm just saying some people do. You don't necessarily. It's not necessarily an evil thing.
Well, no, but it can be.
Oh yeah. Anyway, abuse.
Yes, abuse.
Abuse very early on in the alphabet.
Yeah.
And who likes aardvarks? Fucking weird creatures.
What's wrong with aardvarks?
That's just weird, aren't they? Anyway, they're on the way to the. She has a bit of a crisis of faith, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
But they end up getting to the temple. They need to get the stones in place around her, and she's basically on
Yes.
the edge of death at this point. It seems looks like she's
Yeah.
barely alive. They need to work out how to open the stones. There's this thing about opening the stones. They put them on the correct plinth, and
Yeah.
they need to open them, and they don't know how the fuck to do it. And one of them sighs. David sighs on
Which
his
I did a
stone.
lot of while Ruby Rod was on screen.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And they realise that they need to blow on the air one, and they need to get
Yes.
liquid on the water one, and they need to get dirt on the earth one, and they somehow need to set fire to the fire one, because how the fuck are they going to make fire in the middle of the desert?
Mercifully, they've got a one match left and it works.
Yeah, which is a massive relief, because he is a quitting smoker. He might not have had any. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
But they do it. They
Yeah.
unlock them all, and Corbin puts her in the middle, and she's still pretty depressed about the whole people and monsters thing.
Yep.
But he says some things are worth fighting for or whatever, and she says, like love.
Hmm.
And she doesn't know what love is.
Somehow,
So he shows her.
yeah, by smooching.
And
Did he
saying,
get
"I love
permission?
you." I don't know.
I think it's implied consent at this point.
Yes.
It's awkward, but they do kiss. And what do you know? All the power fires out through her and freezes over and cools down and stops the evil sphere, apparently 62 miles above Earth,
Yes.
which is an apocalypse event in itself.
Yeah, that should fuck up all the
Yep.
waves and shit. That should cause serious damage, but apparently it's fine.
Yeah.
And Ruby Rod walks out into the desert, and I choose to believe he gets lost and dies.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah,
So the president wants to meet them because
it's very.
go on.
The whole thing reminded me of the end of a Bond film.
Yeah.
Where the
Okay.
mission's accomplished, and M and government officials are here to congratulate Bond on a job well done, and he's bonking some Russian spy.
Yeah. Basically,
It's that. It's exactly what this is.
they talk. They want. He wants to meet them, and they are, as you say, they're fucking in the machine from earlier. They're canoodling in it, and I wondered, did you think her hair looked different here?
I can't say for sure.
I know it's a blue light, isn't it? Well, it's a black light, but so it's all a bit awkward anyway. In how things look, but I thought her hair looked like a different style here, like it was a reshoot that they did potentially, because maybe they just didn't get the right footage of them fucking.
Yeah.
And we get a moment with the with his phone, with his mother ringing up and saying that president
Yes.
doesn't sound anything like the president.
Yeah, the real president's an idiot. You don't sound like an idiot.
Yeah, and then handing the phone off to various other people so that they can just deal with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a Fifth Element. Like we said earlier, it's an okay film, isn't it?
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm pleased I watched it again. It's been a while since I've seen it, but there's a few good bits in it. There's a few crappy bits in it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Who's your favourite performance in this?
I really liked Mila in this. To be honest with you, I feel like
Yes,
the way
I
she
do
sells,
too.
the way she sells the naive-ish newcomer to existence.
Childlike.
You know.
Yeah. With the language and
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, she's very good in this. And I mean, I like Gary Oldman as well,
Yeah.
but I think I've got to let her be the winner of this
Yeah.
particular contest.
Who would you say is your least favourite performance then?
Well, we
Is
talked
it
about
Chris
Ruby
Tucker?
Rod. We talked about Chris Tucker as Ruby Rod, and I was thinking about this, and I do sort of agree with your point. I think the issue is more of a characterization issue than a performance, because he's following his brief.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's told. He was told to be annoying. He's being annoying. I can't really fault him for that because he's doing it well. I don't think the president's very good.
No. But there's not a lot to do
Yeah.
with the president, is there?
Well, no, but just the way he delivers some of the lines. The actor was a wrestler,
Oh, okay. That explains a lot.
so yeah, I. No, it's got to be Chris Tucker. I've changed my mind again
Okay, fair enough.
because I think the question is your least favorite performance,
Yeah.
and I fucking hate that. And yeah, he's just. Oh God, who's yours?
You see, I
Love Chris Tucker.
I struggled with this one. We talked about this. I said the other day that I was struggling to work out who my favourite performances and least favourite performance was, and I don't get an awful lot out of the character of David, or whatever his name is, personally. But there's not a lot of him,
No, there's not.
and I didn't get an awful lot out of the Gary Oldman character. Now, again, it's not a lot of him on the
I
screen.
almost think it's a good performance, but I don't think you could probably cut him out and not really lose anything,
Yeah,
and just have
exactly.
the Mongolols be like, I don't know, misled by this evil entity that says it's going to give them power over the universe or whatever.
Hmm.
You don't really need him.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not a performance issue, is it? It's again, it's like you said, it's a characterization issue.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I didn't. What's a I don't. I don't really know.
No,
There's weak performances, but I don't know which one I would consider to be. Too many of the weak performances are because of screen time and characterization, and it's not. If they are playing the role as that role should be played, which
yeah,
is not necessarily their fault. Like for Chris Tucker, I can't fault him personally for you know.
but is it? Do you like his performance?
I don't like his character. I feel like he did a good job of making an unlikable character,
Hmm.
and that's where I have a difficulty agreeing with you on that one. You know,
He,
I get your stance on it. I completely understand your
yeah, I
stance. I just
agree
don't
with what
agree.
you're saying, and I appreciate the fact that that's the brief he's been given, as I
Yeah,
said. But it's still my least favorite performance. It's the
yeah,
performance I least liked watching was
yeah.
Chris Tucker.
I I'm going to go with Max. I don't know if you remember Max.
No,
He's the hard of hearing celebrity who throws the pool balls at.
really?
Yep, we're going to go with him.
Why?
Just it seemed over the top.
Okay,
Over the top playing on deafness.
well,
Go with him.
okay,
I can't fairly. I don't feel fair giving it to Chris Tucker. I'm sorry, I don't.
okay.
So, what movie are we going with next week, Ben?
Well, it's
What ridiculously long film are you going to make me suffer through?
we're watching Lawrence of Arabia.
I was going to make a joke about it being Ben Hur,
No, we're not. We're
the
watching.
history of the world.
Actually, this movie is only 95 minutes long.
Oh wow. Oh,
Um,
what is it?
it's a horror movie
Okay.
that I don't find particularly horrifying or scary, but I find it interesting, and there's lots of things that are fun to look at in it. It's
Hmm.
from 2011. We're watching The Cabin in the Woods.
I fucking love this film.
I enjoy it a lot too.
I I reviewed this film actually.
Yes, you can do it
So
again.
well, yeah, I can see how much of my notes, how many of my notes are applicable now that I have
If I
aged
can,
up a little bit.
if I can get my computer fixed by then, because otherwise you're recording.
What's that, sorry?
I hope I can get my computer fixed by then, because if I can't, you're going to have to record it.
I hope you can get your computer fixed by Thursday.
Well,
Otherwise,
yeah.
that's going to be a pain in the ass.
I'm a little worried, but okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us. If you did, let us know your thoughts on The Fifth Element. Oh, incidentally, I finished listening to The Fifth Elephant last night as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because we talked about how amusing it was that I was doing both. Um,
yeah.
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 So anyway, thank you for joining us, and join us next week.
Bye.
Bye.